In this video, I will be rating every Blox fruit in the game for update 29. Now, I know you guys are not going to like most of these opinions, but I do want to clarify a couple things. One, I'm not good at PvP whatsoever. I don't have that much experience with every fruit in the game. I do have all of them, but I don't use all of them, even though some of them, like my dragon fruit, is 600 mastery. And the third and last thing is I want to give a perspective of you using the fruit and you going against the fruit. If you like my content, you really want to support me, you can subscribe, you can like the video. Now that we got all that blabbering out of the way, let's get right into the video. Alright, so some of these icons are a little outdated, especially the barrier. All these are not in order, but I will try to remember what the order is for all of them. Starting off, let's get all the commons out of the way. So you have the rocket fruit. Now this is a whole lot better than the kilo fruit. A lot of people like the kilo fruit just because of nostalgia, but if we're just talking rocket fruit in general, the overall fruit, it gets a D. It doesn't get an F. Kilo fruit would have gone an F, but D I feel like would be a lot better. So the next one I believe is spring. So spring is fun. I would also say that it is a D fruit. I don't think it's a F fruit whatsoever. I feel like a lot of these fruits wouldn't be an F besides a couple that I have in mind. So speaking of which, let's go for I believe it's the spike fruit. So the spike fruit is basically a Walmart dough fruit. This shit is boof as hell. You put that in F tier no matter what. If you like this thing, then you need to seek psychiatric care immediately. Same for spring. This thing is dog. Now the F ability is slightly decent if you're specifically on the bridge in second C fighting, which I don't think anyone here fights at the bridge whatsoever, so that gets enough. Bomb recently just got a rework, and honestly I feel like it's pretty decent. I would put this top D tier, probably put spin right here, and then I believe this is the last one we got, blade fruit. So now the blade fruit is actually pretty fun to grind if you're doing a noob to pro. Now this one's pretty fun. This is a really good grinding fruit, so I would say that this gets D tier. Probably, actually, you know what? I'm gonna put this above bomb fruit. So now I believe that there's only one more comment, and that's the smoke fruit. And now the smoke fruit, this one is a Logia / elemental. Now what elementals do is, depending on what NPC you're fighting against, if you are grinding NPCs, if you're a higher level than them, a specific level, then you're immune to that. So I would put this automatically in C tier. Now it's not the best, but it's still pretty good. Now moving on to the rare fruit. I mean, you can tell this is really outdated because they have the old falcon fruit. I believe this is a rare one. Yeah. So this one just got reworked and now it's called the eagle fruit. And this one's really fun to play with, like play around with. It's fun to grind in first C. I would say this is higher C fruit. It's pretty cool. I love the VFX that they added. They did a really good job with it. The skins, like the parrot skin, is phenomenal. I love it. Let's go for the ice fruit next. So the ice fruit, this one's also an elemental / Logia, and this one's even better to grind with. It's either this one or light fruit, which I use if I'm using just Logias for a noob to pro. So this one's pretty good. This one gets a B tier. Next up is the dark fruit. Now this is also a elemental, but it is not good at all. It is good when you awaken it and you start PvPing, but honestly I don't have any experience with this one. I would say this is like bottom C tier. Actually, scratch that. That's probably down here. No, actually right here. It isn't really a good rare fruit. I mean, you can see blade fruit knocks it out the park. Next one is flame fruit. Now this one's actually been resurging in the PvP area, and it's pretty good. I love its V ability. It does need a visual rework. That's all I really think it needs, but I do feel like this is a good C tier. Got the sand fruit. This is also elemental. This one's really good for PvP too. Once you get someone locked in the sand coffin, you can stun people. It's very fucking annoying to deal with when a 7 million just comes over and just rattles your shit. So I would say this one is around here. Actually better than eagle. Next up, we have the diamond. Now, the diamond just got a rework a bit ago. Whenever it first came out, it was so broken. I feel like it was stronger than what dragon is right now when it came to PvP, because people will just keep spamming the V ability with gold. Before, it was so fucking annoying to deal with. Once they nerfed it to the ground, no one really uses it too much anymore. So I would say somewhere around a low B. It's still somewhat good now, but I wouldn't use it for PvP or grinding unless I want to get it to 600 mastery. Now next up, I believe, is the epics. We have light fruit. This one's god tier whenever it comes to grinding in first and second sea. It's very good with the dragon trident and just spamming a shit ton. So I would say this is really good for grinding and PvP. It's not too bad to go up against, so I would say this is an A tier. This is a pretty good fruit for what the value is, and it's very easy to get. Next up, we have the magma. This one, when it's unawakened, is absolute cheeks, but whenever you awaken, it's so good, especially for sea events. If you don't have shark race, I would say this is also an A. Pretty much better than light fruit later on in the game. Next up is ghost. Honestly, this thing is a ghost. This thing's an ancient relic. Yes, revive fruit was dog shit anyways, but this one's also still dog shit. I would put this somewhere around here. It's slightly better than bomb fruit. That's how shit it is. So next up, we have the rubber fruit. Now I hope this gets a rework. It will eventually get a rework, but I hope it gets one soon. This thing is cheeks. It is not even short range. It's like you have to be in people's faces to even pack up anyone. This is straight cheeks. This is probably worse. This is worse than spin in my opinion. That's how bad it is. So now with the legendaries. So Quake, this one's really fun to pack up people in PvP once you get good at it. It needs a rework so bad. It looks like two PNGs are just attacking you. It's extremely good for grinding, especially for the haunted castle. It is also really good for grinding if you're trying to get ectoplasma over there at the haunted ship. It's almost the same AoE as the V ability for gravity. It's extremely good. So all around, a top C. So next up, we have the Buddha fruit. Everyone knows this is extremely good fruit. It helps you with raids. It helps you with grinding, whatever C. It's extremely good, especially when you awaken its C ability. You don't have to awaken anything else. It's still all around an annoying fruit to deal with if people are just spamming. So for that being annoying, I would have to put it to an A. I was going to put it on that as like a low S. Next up, we have the love fruit. Now the love fruit is actually a pretty decent fruit for PvP. I wish it was a little bit more buffed in my opinion. I feel like it needs a little bit of VFX to make it polished, because it is really good right now. It was reworked for a Valentine's event, especially with, I forgot which ability it is, but it used to do infinite range, but now it doesn't, but it's still really good, especially in second C. I would say this gets a very high B. Next up, we have barrier or creation fruit. Now this one was cheeks back then. Barrier was the worst. If you got this thing to 600 mastery, you need to go outside and actually touch green, but now it's the creation fruit and it's pretty good. You can pack up people. It's pretty fun to use. It doesn't really use too much AoE. It is annoying with the V ability if you're going up against it, but honestly, it is very good. The VFX is really good. They did a really good job with this fruit. It doesn't have the car thing, but although without it, it's still a pretty good, decent fruit. I would put this somewhere around B tier. It's slightly better than love, but not as good as ice. One thing I forgot to say about ice is it's extremely good for stunning in PvP. It's annoying as shit too to deal with in PvP, but it's still an overall really good rare fruit. Next up, we have the spider fruit. Now this one's really fun whenever you awaken it. The raid is also really fun to do. Am I the only one who likes doing raids? Yes, although it is fun, although it's extremely hard to use. You have to be a 30 million nobody to even understand how to pack people up with this. It's hard to find anything to pair up with it, but although it's really fun, I really hope they rework this. This thing needs a rework really bad. Yes, it's fun. I mean, it's easy to pack people up if they don't know how to use this, but it's all around really, it's a you love it and you hate it type fruit. The V ability is really cool. I like what they were trying to do, but geez, it's so bad. You get stunned for eternity. So I would say this one goes just below Eagle. Now, sound fruit. Now, sound is so good in my opinion for PvP. It's my top 3. It's my 3rd favorite fruit in the game. Now, I wouldn't say this is an S+, but I would say it is a very high S. It's very good to PvP. Yes, it's mainly just the C ability, but you can use other things for it. Like, for instance, if you're in a small range and you're trying to pack someone up, you can use your soul guitar, stun them, use like a C ability for Dragon Talon. It's very good versatile fruit, and you can get easy tag damage from the C ability. It's very fun, and it is fun to get to 600 mastery. So next up, we got the Phoenix. Now, this got a V2 a while back ago, but honestly, it's not really that good. We don't see that many fruits that can help you, because we already got a lot of third party that will just use a main damage AoE fruit in the first place. The fruit itself, the aesthetics is really cool. When you do get your X ability awakened, it's kind of hard to use with people. Hopefully it does get a rework, especially a visual one. So I would say this one, it's slightly better than creation fruit. Next up is the portal fruit. We all love it. It's the same thing as Buddha fruit. We all need it for a perm. It is self-explanatory. You go portal around the place, go wherever you need to go, so it doesn't take you a century, especially in 3rd C. This one also gets an A tier. It is slightly better than Magma in my opinion. I know people are going to get extremely heated in the comments for that. Next up, it used to be the Rumble, but it just recently got reworked. Lightning fruit. Now, this one was pretty unexpected for a rework because it was really good for stunning. It was slightly annoying if you were PvPing with someone and they knew how to use it and stun with. Now, it's extremely overpowered. It's still overpowered from even the nerfs that they gave. And the AoE, it's mainly just AoE. It's so annoying. But when you use it, it's decent if you know how to use it. But people who spam and know how to spam, it's so gosh darn annoying. So I'm gonna put this, yes, it is really good. I would put this in an A tier. Now I'm gonna put this in an 8. Now, I'll put this in the A category. A lot of people will say it's S plus or S just because they spam with it. But in my opinion, going against it and using it for grinding isn't really that great. So I would say this is slightly below Magma. Next up, we have the Pain. Now, this recently also got reworked. It used to be the worst legendary in the game. Actually, the 2nd worst fruit in the game, period. The worst value. If you bought this perm, you were a lunatic back then. But now, since it got reworked, it's really fun to use. Uses slight AoE. Well, I wouldn't say slight, but I would say pretty mediocre AoE. But it's really fun to use. The VFX. Honestly, I feel like I'm the only person who's going to say this, but I feel like the VFX were slightly rushed. Now, it's an overall good fruit with VFX anyways. I'm just being nitpicky. I would say Pain fruit is slightly better than light fruit. Now, the last legendary here, which is the Blizzard fruit. Now, I see a lot of casuals use this, especially my friends, for not really PvP, but just to use it in general. Honestly, it's not that good of a fruit in my opinion. I don't use it too much, so I'm not educated on it. I would say this is a C tier. This is probably slightly better than Sand fruit. And now we have all the mythicals left. So the first one we have is Gravity. This one got reworked a bit ago as well this year. I would say this is extremely AoE. It is better than the Lightning fruit because you actually can do stuff with it instead of just spam. You're not as brain dead. Now, for my overall rating for this, I would say this is right here. Using it's fun in PvP. Going against it is kind of dog shit, but you can kind of get around with it. It's good for grinding at the haunted ship, but that's all it's really good for when it comes to grinding. So I would say it's a slightly low A. Now for Mammoth, this fruit's fun to run around and like, you know, stomp people and all that, but honestly, it's one of the worst mythicals out there, to be completely honest. It's mainly extremely mid, like you're gonna get packed up. I don't think people care about the damage reduction. If you want a good damage reduction erection fruit, you would go for a better mythical or a better beast type fruits around here. It's slightly less good than the quake fruit. So next up we have the T-Rex fruit. Now this one's a really fun fruit to use. You can still PvP with this. This is fun to get the 600 mastery once you understand how to do it. You M1. I would say this goes probably a very low A. Next up we have the Doe fruit. Now this was extremely overpowered for PvP. Everyone was spamming whenever this thing came out with the V2. The VFX are phenomenal. I wouldn't say it's the best Doe V2 out there when it comes to VFX. The overall versatility with this fruit is phenomenal. Now for me, I would say this is a very high A tier. Very good mythical. It's very solid. Like I said before, there's better things out there if you're trying to get skilled, but it is slightly skilled the way how there's so many AoE fruits in the game now where people just spam AoE. Now the shadow fruit. The shadow fruit, honestly, it's good when you can understand it with PvP. Like you can lock people in and like it's very fun to get the 600 mastery, but the overall fruit right now, it desperately needs a rework, just like Venom. So I would say this is slightly worse than Pain. Next up, the gas. Oh boy, it's gas as hell. It's really fun to use, especially untrans. Now transformed, it's still pretty good, but honestly the gas meter and everything just makes it not that great to use transformed. But untrans is really good. You can really pack up people and find a good god human combo or whatever you prefer when it comes to your favorite fighting style. You can pack up anyone's. So I would say this is slightly better than Doe fruit. The Venom fruit. The Venom fruit I would say is my second favorite fruit. So I'm going to be extremely biased with this. Once this thing gets a rework, it'll be S+. This thing is goated. People do not use this enough. Yes, it's not reworked, but it's extremely good once you find really good combos, and it's very good. So with the control fruit, now I am recording this less than a week away from its rework, so this is probably going to be a different opinion than what I will have whenever this update comes out.
Hey y'all, come look at this.
I do like what they did with the Z ability, where if you tap it you switch different modes, both of which are extremely overpowered. Wow, is it not OP? I do have to say I have to get used to using this fruit before I can give my opinion on it, but for right now it's a very high A tier. Next up we have Spirit. Now this one's really good for PvP. A lot of people don't know this, even though it's not reworked technically. Yeah, it did get reworked a bit ago, but it's kind of buns in my opinion. But with PvP it's fun. With that V ability you get like the highest damage in the game for one ability. So I would say this is in the A tier just for PvP. It is a little finicky when you're trying to PvP someone with it, but I would say this goes right next to gas. Gas is a little better than that. Now this one before it got reworked was Heavenly. I loved using it for leopard spam. When this thing came out, leopard spam was the meta, just like whenever Doe came out with its V2. The Tiger now, honestly, this is an unpopular opinion, but I feel like Tiger was kind of downgraded for what it was previously with the spamming. Leopard fruit was a lot better when it wasn't reworked. I feel like it should have only been a VFX change. So I would say this is a very high B. Now for the Yeti, honestly, I have more hate from this fruit more than I like it. Now this is fun to run around, go around just tagging people, but holy hell, this shit is so fucking annoying to deal with, especially with gold V4 spammers that have no life and they just third party. That's the only thing you're gonna see from these fuckers. You're just gonna see a gold V4 Yeti spammer with another gold V4 Yeti spammer. It's so fucking annoying to deal with. I can go on a tangent for days about these fuckers. They're so annoying to deal with. The annoyance alone puts this shit right here, a high B. Now if this thing wasn't so spammy and annoying with V4, now it would be somewhere around A, just off the annoyance alone. Next up is one of my favorite fruits in the game, Kitsune. This thing is the best. I love it dearly, and it's really fun to use, especially untrans. The transformation is fun, but it's a lot better untrans for like mid-range stuff. It's kind of like Venom, but a whole lot better. Now the last fruit that we have here is the dragon fruit. This one got reworked last year. It is extremely OP, also extremely annoying to deal with, but also it's extremely buns. Now let me tell you the reason why it's extremely buns. With the untransformed for both of them, you're not going to get anything out of that. Even the second version of the untrans has is not that great at all. There are better fruits. Even some fruits like ice is a whole lot better than untrans dragon. But once you get transformed dragon, now that's a different story. Both versions, I would say that Eastern's just a noodle. I mean, fly around, it's not really that great to PvP, but grinding is slightly good. So with the Western dragon, now this one's really good for transformed. It's extremely annoying to deal with, but it's not as annoying as Yeti, because most dragon users, especially Western, they're very dumb. They're kind of like kitsunes back in whenever they came out. Everyone was running around as a kitsune and just tagging each other and running away. Now we're friends. Like what? I would say this gets an S tier. It's extremely good for PvP. It's good for grinding. So that is my tier list for Blox shooters right now. Do you have any opinion about this? Comment. I want to see your guys' opinion about this. Like I told you, I don't PvP that much. I like the PvP for fun, and if it is PvP, I just go around and use whatever I feel like using. So yeah, like I said before, if you do like my content, like the video, subscribe, leave a comment, and that's it.